looks like the captain of this garbage boat.
Our ocean sustain life, and abundant ocean can feed a billion people a healthy meal every day forever, but now they are being killed by throwaway plastics. Trash and litter in the ocean, or we call it marine debris, is a global issue because plastic accumulates in gyres. Marcus Ericsson, the co-founder and research director of 5 Gyres Institute, said a plastic bottle leaving California will get to Japan in 3 to 5 years and come back across the northern half of the North Pacific. The spinning mass of water is gyre. Plastic trash will migrate to those zones and get stuck. What is all this junk exactly? Where does it come from? It is the waste created by humans, which is discharged in coastal or marine environment like papers, textiles, glasses, rubbers, woods, metals, ceramics, and mostly plastics. 60 to 90% of marine debris is made up of different plastic polymers. Great Pacific Garbage Patch illustrates the effects that we as humans have had on the marine environment, located in the northern Pacific Ocean and the largest of 5 garbage patches. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is the product of tons of debris which have made their way into the ocean from lakes, rivers, and streams. In fact, everything we know about proverbial Great Pacific Garbage Patch started in 1990 when a container ship spilled 61,000 sneakers into the ocean. We cannot ignore a giant patch of plastic soup the size of Texas sitting smack dab in the middle of Pacific Ocean. Taking a look at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a sobering way to realize there is no away when it comes to trash, especially trash that lacks the ability to decompose, such as plastics. For most of our history, humans used stuff we found in nature to build the things we needed, but invention of plastic roughly 100 years ago completely changed our world. Plastic is made from polymers, long repeating chains of molecule groups. By breaking down the crude oil into its components and rearranging them, we can form new synthetic polymers. Synthetic polymers have extraordinary traits. They are lightweight, durable, and can be molded into almost any shape. Not requiring time-consuming manual work, plastic can be easily mass-produced, and its raw materials are available in vast amounts and incredibly cheap. And so the golden era of plastic began, which is set for us now. The equivalent of 1 garbage truck of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute, 17.6 billion pounds every year. Plastic is everywhere in our ocean, floating on the surface, mixing in the salt water, and sitting on the ocean bottom miles deep, and once in the ocean, it never goes away. Over hundreds of years, it breaks down into small pieces, but those pieces, even the tiny ones called microplastics, are still plastic. Some estimates hold that by 2050, there could be as much plastic as there are fish on the ocean, and there's this idea that somehow it could be 50% plastics, 50% fish in a mere 30 years is horrifying. Some of the most common causes of marine litter pollution include poorly managed or poorly resourced landfill sites, sewage treatment and combined sewer overflows, people using beaches for recreation or shore fishing, manufacturing sites, and plastic processing. Next are transport shore-based solid waste disposal processing facilities, inadequately covered waste containers and waste container vehicles, inappropriate or illegal dumping of domestic and industrial trash or waste, and also street litter that is washed by rain or snow melt or blown by wind into waterways. Because of litter, life in the ocean is at risk. The physical effects of entanglements and seabeds are relatively well known. The ocean covers almost 3/4 of our planet, and we depend on it for life. So let's stop plastic and trash litter from wrecking our beaches and our oceans to have a healthy ocean that delight the sustain is for generations to come. When you refuse the single-use plastics, it has an effect on your neighborhood, on your local watershed, and the ocean. Your individual daily actions still have a huge impact. What you do matters. Let's love our ocean. Together we can beat marine debris.
Hello, my name is Dee Arfahierra Daud. I will present about the impact and data of trash and litters in Malaysia. Most marine animals are affected by marine waste, and up to 80% of this litter is plastic. It is estimated that up to 13 million plastic species end up in the ocean every year. Ingestion of plastic debris by seabirds, fish, and sea turtles is widely documented, and ingestion is reported from marine mammals as well. For example, plastic bags and other protein debris that look similar to the jellyfish are readily consumed by sea turtles. Through consuming underwater fish and other prey that can consume plastic fragments or food, predatory species such as fossils will indirectly consume plastic. Habitat alteration is caused by litter and sediment in rivers and oceanic convergence zones, which in underwater benthic environment. As benthic habitat former species decline and as the physical structure of the habitat are modified, there may be indirect impact of the trash and litters, such as decline in species that are dependent on this habitat for foraging and shelter. In the ocean, plastic waste may facilitate the production of pathogens. Scientists have concluded, according to a recent report, that corals that come into contact with plastic have an 89% risk of contracting a disease, compared with a 4% change for corals that do. The construction of plastic debris on the beach is of great concern to coastal cities as unsightly litter and endanger marine life may minimize the appeal of the region to local residents and visitors. Humans are not resistant to this threat. While it is estimated that plastic takes up to hundreds of years to completely decompose, some of them break down into tiny particles even faster, which in turn end up in the seafood we consume. Moreover, plastic marine litter can also actively interfere with navigation, interfere with commercial and recreational fishing, endanger health and safety, and limit tourism. The biggest hazard to vessel navigation is large obstacles such as derelict fishing nets and lines that fall at or just below the surface. Humans can also be directly affected by underwater waste, endangered nets and lines when swimming or scuba diving, or injured by sharp debris that collect on the beaches. Next, I will talk about the data for trash and litters that I have researched from website and book. The graph showing the statistic of trash and litters in quantitative measurability. It's showing that the most dominant is beverage containers, which are aluminum can, glass, and plastic with 66%, followed by cigarette food with 63%. Other litters, which are food packaging, drinking straw, tissue, paper chewing gum, paper advertisement, newspaper, and flyers, are 58%, 53%, 48%, and 41%, and 69% respectively. The main factor was the lack of awareness and the ignorance of the effect of littering. Other factor is because of the unavailability of nearby rubbish bin and inadequacy of rubbish. Dumping of trash and litters in open fields and rivers are common even until today. Malaysia was one of the countries that is on the unit to reduce its dependence on landfill due to the population density. The graph showing the statistic of trash and litters of selected locations in Malaysia. In the graph, it represents that the most sterile composition is garbage, followed by paper and cardboard. In the third place is plastic, while the other composition, which are bottles and glass, metals, fabric, and miscellaneous, are on the same average. Malaysia will face a big challenge in order to manage the composition of trash and litters. In 2019, plastic beverage bottles were the most collected waste in Malaysia, amounting to over 200,000 species. This number equal to over 1/4 of the total marine waste collected in Malaysia. The second most collected marine waste, with the average of 100,000 to 200,000 fishes, are cigarette butts, plastic bottle bag, and food wrappers. And the least most collected, within the range of 50,000 to 40,000 fishes, are plastic bottle caps, straw and stirrers, plastic take-out, container, and other plastic bags. Lastly is the chart that shows the most locations where its river contributes the most of marine waste. At the area of Port Klang, all the waste comes from Klang River before it released to the open ocean. At Pulau Selangor, Klang River is the river that passes away to the ocean with 7.66%, while at Pulau Kuta, Sungai Satu village is the most severely affected place that contributes the most waste to the ocean with 0.34%. It was designed according to the location of installation, either at the ocean or water bodies such as rivers, streams, lakes, ports, and harbors.
My name is Nurul. I'm Mawaddah Binti Jamahari from class RAS 2543B. I will explain the technology that can reduce trash and litter and the conclusions. Technology that can help reducing trash and litter. Firstly, keep a litter bag in the vehicle. Trash can easily be taken by the wind and blown out of the window or a car door when open. It's beneficial to keep a bag in the vehicle. You can collect the trash and throw it later. Recycle bins. Makes a beneficial use of recycle bins. Recycling materials instead of littering can save natural resources, landfill space, energy, and clean air and water. This will benefit both of the local community and the overall environment. Composting. Composting also one of the methods that can reduce trash and litter. Organic waste break down into nutrient-rich compost, perfect for garden plants. Microbes decompose the organic materials as they heat in a compost pile or bin for months. The preferred method for organic waste disposal is composting. Incineration. Incineration also can help reducing trash and litter. Incineration generates heat which is used for energy. It also creates byproducts including various gas and inert ash. Conclusions. It is important to keep trash and litter away. Always make sure keep the environment clean by recycling the trash by its respective place. Always avoid the plastic using when shopping and bring the recycle bags instead. When the environment clean, the quality of water, air will increase and the quality of health also increase. And most importantly, the pollution can be reduced. The advantage is the clean nature can be preserved. The next generation can enjoy the clean environment and giving birth to a healthy generation. That's all from our group. Thank you.